like to follow a few different blogs. I have one that I love to watch or look at. It's Hidden Ponies by a friend of mine, Anna. And she has this wonderful recipe, vanilla chocolate chip sugar cookies. So combination of your sugar cookie by throwing in your chocolate chips makes a wonderful cookie. It's become a family favorite very quickly. So I'm going to start with, so I've done her recipe 1.5 times. So I have 1.5 cups of butter. And I have 2¼ cups of sugar. You can do 2 cups of sugar. You don't have to do that extra quarter. That's okay. And we're going to get this creaming together in the mixer. So you'll want to just give this a minute or two, a couple minutes, because you want that to cream together really nice. So I'm going to mix this up and then I'll show you what that looks like. We've been creaming this for a couple minutes and I am now going to add in 3 eggs. And I have 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I like to use the pure vanilla extract. Just going to get those wet ingredients mixed in. I'll just need to stop the mixer and scrape the sides because I see my creamed sugars are just stuck on the sides. If you ever see that, you just quickly give your bowl a scrape because you want everything to get incorporated nicely and get right to the bottom. You want to get that mixed up nice, mixed well. Then I'm going to add in, I have 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, and 3 teaspoons of cream of tartar. So I just want to get those ones in there and get that mixed together. Alright, and it calls for chocolate chips. It calls for mini chocolate chips, which I don't have on hand. I just have regular chocolate chips. So I'm just going to do 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. Got a little bit of butter on my spatula there. Just put that in. So mix in the chocolate chips a minute. And 4.5 cups of flour. Just start that on low because you don't want the flour to all poop out in your face. And I want to get this mixed well so that I can see to the bottom of my bowl. I want to make sure it's picking up all the flour. And you'll see all the sides are coming nice and clean and all the dough is coming together. So that's when you know your dough is all mixed well. Alright, and then I'm going to get my cookie sheets out. So I'll clean up my counter here and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm using my cookie scoop, which is a 1 5/8 diameter scoop. This is a perfect size cookie. And I like to lightly flatten my cookies a little bit. I find otherwise they don't always quite flatten enough in the oven quickly and then they don't bake quite as even. We're going to put this in a 350-degree oven. I'm going to check it at the 10-minute mark. You don't want to over bake these because you want them to be nice and chewy. So we're going to get these in the oven and I'll show you what those look like. I'm at the 10-minute mark. I'm going to definitely give my bottom rack another minute or two. The top is pretty close. They don't get very dark. The edges are just lightly golden. I'm going to be pulling out the top rack and leave the bottom one in for 2 more minutes. Alright, so I've let these cool on the rack for just a couple minutes before taking them off because you want them to be still quite chewy, so you don't want to over bake them so they're very soft, and if you put them on the rack too soon sometimes they warble and bend through the rack. So you want to just let them cool on your cookie sheet for a couple minutes first before you transfer to a rack. So this was 1.5 times the recipe, so this recipe that I have written there is the 1.5 times. and it makes about 60 cookies, so a nice big batch. And I would like to thank my friend Anna again from Hidden Ponies for letting me use her recipe. It's a good one. You should give it a try.